Hi everyone, how are you today? I am just thinking about uh, something in the mindset again that I think might be helpful. It has helped me out quite a bit, and that is, um, remember the movie Apollo 13, um, where the astronauts went to on the mission to the moon, and something had happened. I think it was something to do with the wiring, and maybe something having to do with oxygen tanks or something like that. Anyway, they got up there, and it was anything but a uh, um, it wasn't necessarily possible for them to come back to Earth um, the way that what had happened to their spaceship. So down the ground crew, the head of the ground crew, they're like, oh, they're going to end up dying up there and all this kind of thing and blame. And the the head of mission control for this mission said, failure is not an option. And so with that, that's my mentality. Failure is not an option. And so it's a matter of going back and rethinking about it, and what's working, what's not working, um, are there anything I need to go back to that I may have tried something a little bit different, and you know maybe it works, but maybe I should see if going back to what worked before is better. And I still have the same basic um, bioenergetic type diet. It's just I switch it around some. Um, and I'm finding the adding more dairy to be a very good thing, by the way. Um, I had a lot of starch yesterday, and I structured it. I actually had more calcium than phosphorus, quite a bit more calcium than phosphorus, and which is good because it should be more calcium than phosphorus. And not a discussion about all of that, just saying. And I, um, I had sourdough bread. It was ancient grain sourdough bread, but I had that earlier in the morning. And then I just had, things that I tolerate better for lunch and dinner, which are plantain chips and also sweet potato I had for dinner. And I didn't have huge amounts of them, but I had some. And I gained a little bit. I didn't gain that much. I gained like 0.3 pounds. And usually I eat a lot of starches one day and I'll gain 1.5 pounds. So, I'm learning a little bit about which ones I tolerate better, how to structure them during the day. And, I do have to switch things up a bit during the week. I don't eat exactly the same way every day. And I ate a lot of calories yesterday. I mean, way more than I usually eat. It's, I rarely, cheat meals, I might eat that much and whatnot. But I ate quite a few calories, and more calories than I normally do. About 300 calories. And I didn't go up very much. And usually I really balloon up. And so I'm learning about that. I'm also learning, look, that doesn't, I don't have to lose 3 pounds a week and feel ashamed if I don't get that much off. If I get 2 pounds off, if I only get 1 pound off, and I'm doing the right thing, and I'm, not eating, undercaloried all the time, not eating without having any undercalorie days, or, having days that are more substantial. If I'm switching it up in the number of calories, I find that's helpful. But it's a matter of finding out what works, what doesn't, and keep tweaking if I need to make it work. Sometimes I try things out. you know, and it's helpful. Sometimes it's like, yeah, but I need to kind of back off on this. Um, so it's a matter of learning your own body, and having failure is not an option. Now, failure as not an option doesn't mean I'm doing the same thing over and over and over again, and I'm never making any progress for a couple of months or even a month. Yeah, I got stuck on that in the middle of the summer, and I had to get off high center and say, okay, you have to do something different. This is not working. As much as you may like some things about the way I was doing things, it was not working. I had to get out of my own head, and I got some help with it, and I started losing weight again. So, yeah, that's what I'm going to say. My motivation for you is failure is not an option. Find the answer. And that's what I keep doing because, you know, sometimes I do have to tweak things a little bit. And it's not the end of the world. And it's not like I'm starting a whole new whatever. I'm just tweaking it. And so, with that, that's about all I have to say. You have a good day. Bye-bye.